Does your mind seem automatically focused on the negative? Scientists call this the negativity bias. In today's video, we'll explore how to fight against this natural tendency and shift your mindset to a more proactive, stoic one. To quote David Goggins, "The same voice that says give up can also be trained to say keep going." We're going to dive into 5 powerful techniques that will help you break free from negativity, stay focused on what you can change, and take control of your life. First, we'll explore cognitive diffusion, a technique that creates distance between you and your thoughts. Then we'll move on to pattern interruption, a strategy to stop negative thought loops in their tracks. Next, we'll look at a Stoic practice, negative visualization with a twister, reimagined for modern times. We'll also discuss behavioral activation, a technique that helps you change your thoughts by changing your actions. Finally, we'll dive into mental model design, where we reshape our thought patterns to work for us, not against us. Before we begin, let's answer a key question. When is negativity a problem? It's natural to have negative thoughts in certain situations, like losing your wallet or being locked out of your house. But when negativity takes the form of self-defeating thoughts that prevent you from reaching your goals or make you feel powerless, it becomes an issue. These are the thoughts that keep you stuck in patterns of depression or apathy. Stoics believe that we can't always control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. So in this video, we'll focus on strengthening our reactions to the challenges life throws at us. Technique 1. Cognitive diffusion. Cognitive diffusion helps you distance yourself from your thoughts so you can see them for what they are. Just thoughts, not reality. Instead of fusing with negative thoughts, you learn to observe them without letting them control you. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm a failure," you recognize, "I'm having the thought that I'm failing right." Now, instead of thinking, "Nobody likes me," you notice, "My mind is telling me that nobody likes me." Instead of thinking, "I can't handle this," you observe, "I'm noticing thoughts about not being able to handle this." Here are a few techniques to practice cognitive diffusion. Leaves on a stream. Imagine your thoughts as leaves floating down a stream. Watch them pass by without engaging with them. Thank your mind. When a negative thought arises, simply say, "Thank you for that thought." This acknowledges it without letting it take over. Name the story. Label recurring negative thought patterns. For example, "There's my not good enough story again." Create physical distance. Imagine writing your thought on a balloon and watching it float away. This gives you a sense of letting go. The core insight of cognitive diffusion is that you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of those thoughts, and by creating distance, you reduce their power over you. Technique 2. Pattern interruption. Pattern interruption is a way to break free from harmful mental cycles. When you get stuck in negativity, your brain creates well-worn pathways that are easy to follow. The key is to interrupt these patterns. Here are some methods. Temperature change. Splash cold water on your face, take a hot shower, or hold an ice cube. This sudden change jolts your nervous system out of its cycle. Physical movement. Stand up, stretch, walk to another room, or try a quick exercise. This shifts your body and mind. Mental exercises. Play a short game that requires focus, like a puzzle or a concentration game. It's harder to keep negative thoughts when your mind is occupied. The key is to create a set of pattern interruption techniques that work for you. By recognizing when you're slipping into a negative pattern and using a simple tool, you can reset your mind. Technique 3. Behavioral activation. Behavioral activation is based on the powerful idea that sometimes the best way to change your thinking is by changing your actions. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." Here's how to implement this technique. The 2-minute rule. When negativity hits, commit to just 2 minutes of positive action. Too tired to clean? Clean for just 2 minutes. This small commitment often leads to momentum. Build positive evidence. Each time you take action, you create evidence that contradicts your negative beliefs. Completing small tasks builds a positive history of action. Pre-plan actions. Have a list of actions ready for different negative thoughts. For example, if you think, "I'll never finish this project," Take a quick action toward it, like writing a brief to-do list. Use. Track your successes. Keep a log of your actions and how they affect your mood. This provides tangible proof of your progress. The power of behavioral activation is that it moves you from a passive mindset to an active one. Taking action disrupts negativity and reinforces the idea that you can make progress. Technique 4. Thought recording. Thought recording helps you examine your thoughts systematically, separating helpful critical thinking from unhelpful negativity. Here's how. 1. Track your thoughts. Use an app like Mood Notes or a simple notes app to capture negative thoughts as they come up, e.g. Examine the evidence. For example, if you think, "My presentation was a disaster," list the evidence, for and against it. Maybe you stumbled over some words but also received positive feedback. Create a balanced alternative. Based on the evidence, you might conclude, "I had a few rough moments, but I connected with my audience, and I can improve with practice." Thought recording helps you engage with reality more fully and lets you challenge the distortion that excessive pessimism creates. Technique 5. Mental model design. Mental model design is about reshaping your environment to prevent negativity from taking root. Think of it like preparing for success. If you want to eat healthier, you wouldn't rely on willpower alone. You'd stock your kitchen with nutritious foods. Similarly, you can design a mental environment that supports positivity. Physical space. Create an environment that minimizes distractions. Organize your space to encourage